Hello everybody and welcome back to Birch-Koala Cruise Shenanigans in Pokemon Yellow. This is DoctorJhonReborn.
And I'm Shank02.
And we begin today's part by delivering the teeth back to the warden because we managed to actually pick those up during our first run through the Safari Zone, and he keeps us HM4 strength. Which, to be perfectly honest, it is a bit of an inconvenience just simply because of the HM mechanics in this. And many of the later generation until generation 7 finally decide to screw them all. Thank fucking god. But in general, it's still a pretty good mood. I mean, 80 power and pretty good accuracy. It's definitely good on physically strong Pokemon like our good old Randy Savage here. So he's gonna be the one to learn it. And it is actually kinda convenient when you think about it because, well, the one Pokemon utility Pokemon to be used in Generation 7 to move boulders just so happens to be Machamp. So, kinda fitting actually.
I have to say this right now. I haven't really played that much of Gen 7. I think I'm still on the second island. Yeah.
Oh,
I
sorry.
just got my Charizard.
Oh, sorry about that. Well, now at least you know that that's going to be one of the utility Pokemon you get, but that's only late in the game.
I had a feeling we're gonna get like one of those Pokemon to use for strength, and I had a feeling it was gonna be a Machamp. Let's see.
Okay, well, in that case, at least I now know that I'm not gonna mention anything too specific about Generation 7, other than that, my god, I be loving the shit out of it. Anyways, we're in a poison type.
For some reason, I'm just not trying to find, like, I kind of really, like, some odd reason, like, I just don't, I don't know, like, I'm playing Gen 7, but I'm not really, like, interested in it.
That's understandable, because it did make a lot of changes that makes it a little bit refreshing for some of the older fans, but I can also see that those changes can also seem a little bit too uninteresting to some people, so I can understand that. Anywho, we are in a poison type gym, so can you tell me what does it belong in this picture?
Psychic?
Yup. Apparently, you're qualified to be in a poison type gym as long as your Pokemon can learn poison type move, including Poison Cast, which Drowsy and Hypno can learn in Generation 1, so yeah. Kind of a stretching there, but okay, I'll go with it. So this might hopefully be a little of a premonition to who's going to be our trump card in the Sabrina gym. Oh boy. Also, I will say this, I got a little bit cocky as I went along with this because, well, okay, the gym trainers, they're never really too much of an obstacle, but let's just say their levels can be a little bit misleading, and that almost got me screwed here. You'll see what I mean once we get to the actual main man in the middle of there. In middle of these, in quotations, invisible walls, but I don't know how well you can see it on YouTube resolution from the footage, but in the Game Boy Color version, or in Pokemon Yellow in general, you can see those invisible walls quite clearly.
Mm-hmm.
So, kinda pointless, actually.
Well, you gotta remember when people were playing this, it was on, like, the screen was like the size of a game card or whatever on the Game Boys.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. But well, okay, yeah, they were harder to see on the Game Boy screen. Never mind. I guess it's just been so long since I pretty much usually played Generation 1 games on emulators and such ever since. And so I guess I kinda forgot about that. And speaking of which, I am well aware that you can technically now get them officially emulated if you buy the virtual console versions for the 3DS, but I'm not, personally speaking, I'm not too interested into the re-releases. I mean, it's a great idea. I tip my hat for Game Freak for doing that for the Pokemon 20th anniversary, but I'm not that big of a fan of Generation 1 that I would buy those. So, I'm not too interested, but it is a pretty neat idea, especially once they would get that fucking Pokepack update finally coming in. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's 2070, it's January, we were supposed to get that fucking update. Where the hell
February?
is it?
Well, oh, that was right. Because like I was not watching. I was reading some of the Miiverse posts, like some of the people who just first tried out Gen 1, and because like they're all so used to like the whole, Gen 3 and onward kind of stuff.
Yeah, it can be one heck of an experience because, yeah, Gen 1 was not really that much honed compared to the later gens, and we should be quite apparent from this run of ours. I still haven't forgotten that fucking Bellsprout fiasco. Anyway, nothing new from this juggler, but I decided to leave him in because, well, he does demonstrate a little bit of an interesting gimmick that wasn't really used in Generation 1, plus he has a quite funny defeating line. So yeah, jugglers are just about the only trainer types in Generation 1 that can actually withdraw their Pokemons out. Which is it was a pretty rare mechanic in Generation 1, limited only to the jugglers, and I think in Generation 2 more trainer types could do it, but I don't think many trainers used it per se. I think it was only...
I'm pretty sure not many trainers actually did use it.
Yeah, so it was more of a thing in like, I'm gonna say at least in Generation 5 I know there were quite a bit of trainers who actually switched out their Pokemon if they noticed there was some trouble brewing, so... I'm only saying that because I haven't played that much of a Generation 3 outside of the remakes, and I completely skipped Generation 4, so I don't know, was it that common in those? But anyway, the mechanic isn't really going to help this juggler's case because those words is just murdering these things left and right.
Oh yeah.
Also, am I the only one? Sorry, were you going to say something?
Oh no, you finish whatever you want to do first.
Yeah, I was just going to comment that Leech Life is one of those moves that really threw me up in Generation 7 because up until Generation 7, or actually, have you got any Pokemon that use Leech Life or anything in your own run?
I'm not really sure at the moment.
Okay, well, this is only going to be a small spoiler, but they changed Leech Life quite drastically in Generation 7 because up until that point, even in previous gen, Leech Life has been a really weak bug type move. In Generation 7, they turned well, okay, I guess it was always a physical attack, but they jacked up Leech Life's power in Generation 7 up to 80. So it is actually a fireball bug type move, which really threw me off when I first saw it. Anyway, yeah, this is what I was talking about, like, when you have the trainer here use the Pokemon around the same level as mine, Koga, he whips out the fucking level 40s and near 50s. And of course they know Psychic, so I was planning to pretty much steamtroll this entire gym with Harkinian here, but as the case shows, that's not gonna be a viable option here. And it was and one of the reasons why I'm so underleveled is because I actually remember doing this fight. Oh wait, I left so much cannon fodder on that route which I basically solid snake my way through, so yeah. It was because I did have a nagging during this recording. I forgot something, and of course the grinding was the thing I forgot, so yeah. Well, lesson learned. I'll be going after the cannon fodder off screen before tackling the next episode. Because as this battle will show, I will need all the fucking XP I can if I wanna have a fucking chance against Sabrina. Because if Koga is already giving me this much trouble, oh boy.
Wouldn't you be like your strongest Pokemon at the moment? Zelda, I mean, sorry.
Yeah, Zelda is strong, but yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see.
Yeah,
I just saw the damage she took.
Yeah, the thing is, even though she is legendary and such, it's not like she has monstrous stats, so these high-level Pokemon, they can easily knock her out, so Zelda's not that overpowered. Also, there's something to be noted here that it's one of those things that I guess Generation 6 and 7 have kind of spoiled with me, but ladies and gentlemen, getting experience, even if you're doing mainly trainer fights, in Generation 1 when your Pokemon get to high levels, is a bit of a tedious process, so it's not quite so easy to get like freaking 10 levels so quickly as it is in later generations.
Yeah.
So yeah, chances are I'm going to be tackling Sabrina in the future with relatively low leveled Pokemon, so that's gonna be tough. So now that we actually tackled Koga here, we can now use Surf outside of battle, which gives us quite a few interesting options, because we can now basically sequence break the game a little bit. We could technically just head straight from here to Seafoam Island or Cinnabar Island and, well, basically tackle Plain before we ever get to Sabrina, which isn't exactly smart considering that my levels are nowhere near enough for that point, but it does present an interesting opportunity which I'm not gonna say here, but I will look into, just to see if it's actually viable. Because if it is viable, then that's going to make training a hell of a lot easier. And that concludes this short but sweet part of Pokemon Yellow, so pretty much nothing else for me to say here. This is Dr. John Reborn.
And I'm Shank02.
And we shall see you next time on Pokemon Yellow Shenanigans. Until then, see us later.
See yous.